Hello guys, welcome to my presentation. Today we are going to talk about what is UX design. So, what is the meaning of word UX? The UX stands for user experience. According to the Oxford Journal of Interacting with Computers, user experiences improve customer satisfaction and loyalty through the utility, ease of use, and pleasure provided in the interaction with the product. In other words, UX design is the process of designing products that are useful, easy to use, and delightful to interact with. So, what is the meaning of these two words? UX and UI? Are those same words? Definitely not. The term UI stands for user interface. When we look at the UI design, UI designers focus on the look and feel of the product. Also the images, colors, fonts and toolbars. But the UX designers focus on the give positive emotions and feelings to the users when they use their product. Actually, UX designers' main purpose is to make product user friendliness and easy to use. Okay, let's see the features of good and bad user interfaces. A user-friendly UX design should be able to represent what is happening after the user's action towards the system. Users should feel the process of the system. For example, look at the slide. This picture represents action of saving a document. As a user, when you click save, you won't be able to know whether your action was recognized. Delaying or not showing a response to the action leaves a user questioning. Okay, let's talk about another fact. What about using clear, understandable language? Using clear, understandable language is an important thing for a good user experience. Designers should use very common day-to-day words rather than using technical words when developing system UX. Okay, communicate errors is another good UX feature. As a user, when you input unsuitable input to the system should be able to inform you about the error, the reason for the error, what you should do, and give clear instruction to overcome the error. Okay, let's talk about what is UX designing process. UX design process has 5 steps: product definition, research, analysis, design and validation. Let's talk about what is product definition. This phase is the most important phase in the UX design process. In this step, we understand the overall context of the product. UX designers brainstorm over the product with stakeholders to get a clear idea. This phase usually includes stakeholder interviews, value proposition mapping, and concept sketching. The stakeholder interviews used to gather insights about business goals. Value proposition mapping is used to think about key aspects and value propositions of the product. In value proposition mapping, we draft questions like what it is, who will use it, and why they will use it. Concept sketching is creating an early mock-up of the future product, such as low fidelity paper sketch. Okay, let's move to the next step, product research. This phase typically includes both user research and market research. Doing product research early in the design can save a lot of time and money. This phase usually includes individual in-depth interviews and competitive research. In-depth interviews provide qualitative data about the target audience, such as their needs, wants, fears, motivations, and behavior. This is a great product experience that starts with the good understanding of the users. Competitive research helps UX designers understand industry standards and identify opportunities for the product within its particular niche. Okay, let's move to the analysis space. In this space, UX designers get an in-depth understanding of the data collected from the analysis space, then make assumptions from the user's angle. In this space, designers create user personas, user stories, and storyboarding. User personas are fictional characters that represent the different user types for your product. As you design your product, you can reference these personas as realistic representations of your target audience. In creating user stories, designers can understand how users interact with product services. Storyboarding is a tool that helps designers connect user personas and user stories. As the name suggests, it's essentially a story about a user interacting with the product. Okay, let's talk about design phase. At this step, product team work on various activities, from creating information architecture to the actual UI design. An effective design phase is both highly collaborative. In design phase, UI designers use sketching, wireframes, and prototypes. Sketching is the easiest and fastest way to visualize our ideas. You can do this by drawing by hand on a piece of paper, on a whiteboard, or with a digital tool. It's very useful during brainstorming sessions because it can help the team visualize a broad range of design solutions before deciding which one to go with. A wireframe is a tool that helps designers visualize the basic structure of a future page, including the key elements and how they fit together. Wireframing acts as the backbone of the product, and designers often use them as a foundation for mockups and prototypes. Prototypes are about the actual interaction experience. A prototype is like a simulation of the product and may be low fidelity to high fidelity. We can use Figma and Dasmiku as best prototyping and wireframing tools. Okay, let's move to the last phase, the validation phase. Validation is an essential step in the design process because it helps teams understand whether their design works for their users. Usually, the validation phase starts after the high fidelity design is ready. In the validation phase includes activities like eating your own dog food, testing sessions, surveys, and analytics. Let's talk about the activity eat your own dog food. Once the design team has iterated the product to the point where it's usable, it's time to test the product in-house. In this activity, team members should try using the product on a regular basis, completing routine operations to uncover any major usability flaws. Okay, now let's talk about testing sessions. User testing sessions with people who represent your target audience are very important. There are many different formats to try, including moderated, unmoderated usability testing, focus groups, beta testing, and A/B testing. Surveys are a great tool for capturing both quantitative and qualitative information from real-world users. UX designers can add open-ended questions like what part of the product do you dislike to get user opinions on specific features. Let's talk about analytics. Quantitative data like clicks, navigation time, search queries from an analytics tools can be very helpful to uncover how users interact with your product. So that's the end of this presentation. Hope you will get some valuable idea about what is UX design. Thanks for all.